What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Frankie Bones, and in today's video we are going to be continuing our CDL map breakdown series. In today's episode we are going to be covering Asilo. Only two modes are played on this map. We have search and destroy and control. So we'll try and keep this one a little bit shorter for you guys, although I still have to go through all the callouts, everything like that. Appreciate all the support on these videos so far. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series. If you have, please feel free to drop a like on the video. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, tons of great content coming over the coming months, especially when we get into baseball time. Huge Yankees fan, so I'll be covering a lot of that as well. But without further ado, we will get into the video. So some callouts on this map are a little bit vague and more directional, I guess that's a word. But so we'll start here. This is green. You'll have bottom green, you'll have top green. This will be, green stack over here. We have field over here on the B site. This is where one of the control points is for B. So this is front truck. Here we have stack on B, what I like to call it. We have back truck over here, or outer. This sort of lane, sort of on this side, is outer in general. We have yellow truck. On defense, a lot of people will sit here, but obviously we'll get that on control. We have the B side here. This is garage. We rotate up over here. We have top AC. So a lot of people will be playing the heady over here. You can use the snipe to counter snipe if anybody's top green, or just sort of have control of field. You can see the alley where they can come out of spawn on that side, as well as coming out over there by green stack. This is fence. We'll get to that a little bit later in the control portion. This is closet. We have alley right here. Alley door that goes in here to the middle of the map. This sort of area underneath on this side is called kegs. So obviously there are kegs of beer. Here we have checkers, just sort of the floor pattern right outside of the A-bomb. We have this room, I like to call it pool, or pool bar. Over here, a lot of people will be snaking back in here. If they're trying to clutch, watch for the flank. Lay this bomb down really quick to get a little more timing. So we'll talk about some stats on this map in terms of search and destroy. So pretty interestingly, this is the most played search and destroy map. Been played 34 times out of a total of 142 maps, but we'll break a little bit more in depth into the actual stats themselves. So on offense, there's a 47% win percentage, obviously inversely 53% win percentage on defense. It's about a 38% first blood percentage, inversely 62 for defense. But talking a little bit about the actual bombs, or actually one more quick note as well. We have 69% first blood win percentage for offense, 67 for defense. So, pretty similar in terms of the numbers in that situation. This bomb is very A heavy. Again, just sort of highlighting the game flow of search and destroy in this game, where there's one bomb site that is obviously more ideal for the offense to plant, and there's one more ideal for the defense to cover. B, when we flip over eventually to defense here, I'll show you over on that side where the spawns are. Obviously, it's pretty close, but we'll go over some more callouts on the right side. Here, I like to call this shack or yellow. Sort of a weird callout. You're not really going to see anybody over and in here unless you're sort of playing a spawn trap on defense for control. Some people will try and come around this outside, snake some of these little, trees and rocks and stuff to make their way up here. This is top tower, top radio. We like to call this top Charlie in our group because our boy Charlie loves to sit up here and we're playing control. But A control is also going to be right here. So we have stack. Again, a lot of it sort of depends on where you are on the map. Some of the callouts are sort of repeats, but we have stack on this side for A control. We have heady on this side. Again, just sort of calling that out directionally. This will take you into checkers and over into pool. And in pool, not really a ton of callouts. I guess you could call this pole back here. Some guys may be trying to play an angle in here. This is going to be, I guess, alley door 2 or pool door, you can call that. Although I sort of like to call this double door over here pool. Going upstairs, this is going to be top bar, so you can call it, bar steps. You can call these back steps here. If you're coming up, to sort of pick anybody off of the alley, you can play like this. You can get, here in the top bar pretty popularly. You can plant the bomb, sort of stretch the bomb to where you can see it from up top and shoot people as sort of a quick check. But going up here, this one sort of works out again situationally, but their window, our window, you can call this pool window. Call this, this is going to be balcony here. A lot of people sometimes snake this if you're trying to get somebody off top tower. But up here, this sort of room is going to be top party window. Again, just sort of situationally, but this is typically what's referred to as top party window. We're not going to get the bomb down, but here this is top party. Obviously looks like it's a nice party going on, but this is mound over here in the back. Really, this is going to be used in control, which we'll get to a little bit later on. But those are most of the call outs here for the map. Again, a lot of it situationally, back stairs, their stairs, they're low, they're top. Again, a lot of it's sort of situationally, but I guess we're not going to hop over to defense. We'll just stay here on the O. We'll continue to break down some of these stats. So this map is very A heavy, obviously, with it being the closer side to the offense. And this is, control ladder, I guess. That was sort of the only thing. Or vending, you can sort of call this little area vending or checkers. But A-bomb is the much more preferred bomb site for teams that are attacking. So we have a 63% plant win percentage. So again, this is a situation, not a super high percentage, but when you're on defense, you are going to want to limit the amount of bomb plants that, sort of go down. It's sort of difficult to retake. We've seen a lot of teams in the CDL try and play inside this site. Sort of traps you in, which is why some people are, really just only planning it for this spot, which creates an issue for teams sort of knowing that last player will be up top, knowing that he can check the bomb, sort of an informational battle between the teams. But there's a 65% A plant win percentage, so again, gives you an opportunity and allows you to get pushed up and get good positioning on this bomb. 57% B plant win percentage. Again, this is a lot of late rotations, man up situations where you have map control and you're really able to work the map, play with your teammates, and if you're man up, you catch them with their pants down. It may take them even 15 seconds to run over to the bomb. At that point, a lot of corners to check and sort of makes it difficult. But again, some of these stats for retakes, 38, 35% on A and B respectively. So again, going to want to try and stop that bomb from going down. But in reality, I think this is pretty fair for offense versus defense. I think that's why a lot of teams like to square off on this map. You can utilize the sniper by playing over on that green side or top AC. Could even go, top, either side of top. Try and get across, get some information. But not the easiest map to snipe on. Not a ton of spots. And the map's pretty open, so it can be sometimes difficult. If you're getting sniffed out a little bit, you might want to take out the gunny. But talking about some strats between offense and defense, we'll go through these quick here. We're not going to go over on defense. You sort of just spawn back on the other side. I'll spawn on the other side on control. Promise I will this time. But on offense, you're going to want to bang out A. Use your numbers, get the bomb down into this site and plant it. Don't give the team a lot of time to get map position and be able to make a play on you. As well, you want to try and get that top bar control like I had mentioned. If you plant in the stretch spot, then you can check the bomb from up top. You want to try and get some tower control, gives you a lot of information and again cuts off a part of the map. You can play top green with the sniper or an AR, again an information play and sort of help your teammates identify where everyone's at. And again, you can run the sniper. Talking about defense, you have to respect A. Obviously, it's the preferred side for the offense and is traditionally going to be the site that they are going to want to play. As well on defense, as you can see, we spawn up right here. We'll finish out the strategies and then we'll hop over to the control. We're going to want to play on this A control side. A lot of times, and I'll show you right here, you can run over and you can stun these pool doors, and this will give you a sight into pool where you can be pre-firing people or at least get some information for a potential retake. Some people will stun that door and pull out the sniper to try and get a pick for somebody just sitting on the other side of that door, waiting for that sort of early pinch to the bomb site if you think that somebody's laying the bomb down, or you can get a quick kill. The late flank with dead silence is going to be big. A lot of people like to run through alley. If really nobody's playing this A control side, people even late flank around these walls right here, be able to get over to the spawn, try and retake, you know, top bar, or just retake pool, see if anybody's playing in there for a pick. Again, you're really going to need dead silence though, because a lot of the action's going on inside of this building. So if you're really going to make a play, or unless you're trying to bait somebody, you're going to want that deady. And as well, you can go up on mound. I will haul on over to mound just to show you guys the control. I will try and keep it nice and tight just because we've been going over a lot of the spots. Some of the strategies are similar, but you can sit on mound here. You can be sort of up against this root. The more that you move over to the left, you can watch alley. You can watch both of the top green. You can even see the bottom green door. And as well, you can keep going up on the mound. You can play all the way up here. You can watch outer. You can watch them coming alley. You can see them back steps, going up to top bar. Sort of see everything from here. But again, we'll talk a little bit more about top mound when we get to the control. But that's going to do it for the search and destroy. I'll switch on over. Promise I will spawn in on this side. You know, Bones, make sure you're changing teams. Bones, make sure you're changing teams. Gotta say it a couple of times so I remember. But I will see you guys over in the control. Alright guys, so now as we load up into the control, we'll talk a little bit about the stats and a couple of strategies you guys can use in order to win this map for the fellas. So talking a little bit about this map, there are only 3 control maps. Again, got a little black screen load in there as we are loading in, but this map's only played about 25% of the time, 25 out of 106 different control maps. So, you know, with 3, clearly this is not a super enticing option. A lot of teams will like to let this play out, but there are some teams that really do like this map overall. So again, talking about some stats, there are only 5 teams that have played this map more than 4 times out of the 12 in the CDL, and 7 teams have played more than 15 rounds on this map. So some pretty interesting stats. Again, some teams like to play it a lot. Some have this vetoed. They'd prefer to play a fortress, which is more of a 50-50, or as well, the most played map is hotel. So that is always going to be an option for a lot of teams. But again, we have the A point over here on this side, and we'll run over to the B point, which I showed in the search and destroy over here on this side. So we'll dive into a couple of stats here really quickly while we're on defense. So offense versus defense, we have a 38% win percentage for offense, 62 for defense. So definitely favors defense a lot more. This B point is pretty difficult to get, but I will tell you guys when we hop over to the offensive side some strategies to be able to break out. On offense, you got a 51% A capture win percentage, so again about 50-50. Pretty common for teams to get the A point, but inversely we have an 89% B capture win percentage. So again, this is obviously closer to their spawn, but if you are getting this point, there is a good chance that you've obviously already captured A in most chances, or you were able to get a few picks down, get a couple of ticks, and sort of work your way over as you get kills, get your trophies down, play trades, and you're able to capture the point. Just about 8.5 lives left on offense. A lot of times in this game, we are not going to be seeing teams win these controls on lives just because of sort of the nature of the game with spawns. getting 2-3 guys down, 3 is catastrophic, 4 is game over. People being able to stack, you just really don't see it going down to lives. On average, about 11% of lives left on defense. For offense, we're seeing about 4.1% average ticks per attacking side, and we have just about 2.5 average ticks allowed on defense. And another interesting stat on defense, there are 2 times more B defenses than A. Obviously, again, this has to do with the spawns. But now we'll talk a little bit about some of the strategies for playing offense versus defense. So the first thing, obviously starting off on the offensive side, you're going to need to pick up some kills. Obviously, that's how control works, and especially in CDL Mosh Pit and in the CDL. When you get kills, there is a spawn delay, so it's really important to be able to get guys down at the same time, be able to push up, get map position, and ultimately stack the point. So what we're also going to want to do when we're on the point here, let's just say, for example, we're on B. Let's say we're able to get a few kills. If we're able to get, 1 tick on B, we're going to be able to come here through closet, through the back alley, and we're going to be able to get onto the A point pretty quickly. So we've seen a lot of teams in the CDL pivot pretty quickly back and forth between the 2 points, keep the pressure up. It'll sort of alter the spawns in the back a little bit for the defending team. And we've seen it be pretty effective so far through the first 2 stages of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 cycle. So another thing, again, in control, it's very critical to stack. If you're able to get some kills and get a little bit of daylight for your team, you can see how slowly the bar is going up right now with 1 person on it. It incrementally goes up the more people that you have on the point. So it's critical when you have the clearance and you think it is safe enough to have some angles covered. You're going to want to stack the points, save yourself some time, especially over on this A point. If you're able to stack it and get it quick, it'll give you a lot of chances to be able to work with your team and ultimately get some kills, have multiple attempts to try and break the point, and hop on and stop the clock. Now, the last thing that you're going to want to do, which is pretty crazy, again, most of the strats on this map are just going to be getting kills and getting pushed up, but the importance of mound that I was talking about in the search and destroy a little bit is offensively, if you're able to get somebody pushed up onto mound, they're going to be spawning back here behind this building. So there's only 2 spawns in control for El Asilo control. So one will be back over there, sort of by, I don't know if that's like a helipad or something over there, but where I'm shooting on that side, and there's also going to be a spawn, back over here by this truck. So being pushed up over here on mound, you're able to block the spawn behind me, and you're able to force them all to spawn there. So if you're able to get some shots in, if you have a guy up here, there's a good chance you have somebody pushed up party or pushed up in tower, or just sort of playing down low in their low party and over by their double doors on A. But it's critical if you have the opportunity to try and get somebody up here, especially off the break. If they have guys over on A, let's say you get 2-3 guys down. If you have somebody that can push up, you can hop up the ledges down here and be able to get up here. Didn't want to do it for the video just in case I mess it up, burger style, and then I'd have to edit that out for you guys. But it's really important to be able to force the spawn back over to there until you get the B point captured. If you get A first, even better. The round is basically over, but at the same time, you want to make sure you're trying to get A. If you're spawning them over on that side, they'll get a close spawn to A. Although they're a little spawn trapped, you can sort of get team shot out of that position and they can take you out. But it's really critical, I think, in order to get the B point captured. You can just classically stack, but there are a lot of points that they can come from. On defense, you can obviously come through this alley here. You can obviously run across this back fence and sort of chow this outer side. They can be up in party window. They can be playing in closet and come out like this and, kill you unless you're over on stack. You can come out the other side of closet door, kill people off stack there. So a lot of people will just sort of sit like this, or they'll play the heady watching the gate, or trying to get an angle on top party. So a lot of people like to burst out of that door or alley door. Honestly, if people are trying to pinch this way, it's hard to shoot through this fence. You don't get aim assist, so it's pretty common for people to try and break from this side and give you a little bit of the cheese. But as we're now on defense, talking about some of the strategies, you have to stay up. The spawns are a little bit deep. Traditionally, they're going to be back over on that side. So if you're over here defending on the B side, we're going to want to be snaking this. Going to want to be playing our lives, making sure that to the best that we can, we don't have 2-3 teammates going down. Again, full wipe and basically any control is going to be game over. They're going to be able to get pushed up on the B point on whichever map you're playing and take advantage of that. What we can do as well, like I was sort of talking about on offense or in the search, is we can late flank through mid, and we can sort of play either on our side of doors here. A lot of people will sit on that box. People will be sitting on the trash like the trash man. But a lot of people as well try and get control here. Make sure you're not coming through these double doors, and they can chow like this. And I know you guys see that paddle movement, but they can chow you quick like that. Or as well, you can see people playing in stack back over there, being pushed up. So people will be late flanking here through checkers or pool door, sort of whatever you guys want to call this area, vending. You know, I call things multiple call outs all the time. I'll have a video going up next week actually of Mercado. We had a 4-stack going, and I'm sure I was calling out multiple things, but that's just how it goes sometimes. It's sort of whatever you guys are comfortable with, and whatever is just flying in the comms. Another thing, once the team gets A, and I'll show you guys a little bit when we're on defense. Obviously, there's nobody in this map. It's just me in the private match. But when the A point is captured, what the defending team will look to do as well is get up inside of top bar and play top bar window. Make sure that they're able to cut some guys down that are trying to cut across field. As well, it's just a really difficult spot because you can be cutting guys out of there. It's pretty easy to get here if you just go through your top window. Make sure nobody's coming A control. You can just come over here, and obviously, as you can see, it is just absolute open season. Somebody's on the point, you can sort of see here, or you can hop onto the wall, hop over, kill them quick. But teams will like to get pushed up over here because it gives them a flank option and just sort of another angle that the other team is going to need to watch that will help you break them on the B point and be able to deny it back. Another thing that I like to do is I like to sit top party a lot on defense. Either top party window, snaking party steps. There's a lot of different spots you can play. You can watch outer from here. You can watch this close gate and outer gate. I don't think I called that out earlier, but gives you a good spot to watch that. If they're overchowing here on stack, you can obviously shoot them on that side, or you can sort of pop up on the party flat. And again, we can play it from top party itself, whether we're playing a super close angle where they can't really see you outside of if they chow outer. You can obviously watch inner gate from here. You can play more on the step wall where you can watch down alley as well as outer. So a lot of different spots, but that's a pretty popular spot that I like to play. And another thing that's key on defense, you're just going to want to watch people that are flying down alley, coming out of alley door, as well as coming out of closet. There's obviously a lot of things to watch on this map. So once A's sort of dealt with, you can really run through pool right to here. Get here pretty quick, make sure that nobody's up top looking for you, and then you can either run out alley door to help your teammates, or you can just burst out of closet door and be right here on the point. But that's going to do it for this Asilo breakdown. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the 4th installment of the CDL map breakdown series. Next week, I'm going to be bringing you guys the elusive hydroelectric hardpoint, which seemingly not a lot of teams like to play, but we saw it a few times over Major 2. Optic had 2 crazy wins on it over the Los Angeles Thieves and Boston Breach. crazy endings to those maps. That's going to be super hectic. Going to take me a minute to break that one down for you guys. I don't have any crazy spawn knowledge on that because I don't really think that anybody does outside of some of the basics. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, if you guys did enjoy, please feel free to like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, feel free to check out the other map breakdowns that I've done so far. We've done Fortress, we have done Embassy, we've done Mercado, and now obviously El Asilo. I'll have those linked down for you guys at the end of the video, at the end screen. But I really appreciate all the support. But for now, that's going to do it for this episode, guys. This has been your boy Frankie Bones, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Peace out.